Hey guys, All Sports 83 back with another video for the first time in a while, and today I'd like to start what I hope to be a new series called XFL Casual, where we discuss all things related to the latest version of the XFL. You know I don't like to waste a lot of time with intros, so in today's video I'm going to be ranking all uniforms for all 8 teams, but I'll be ranking all 16 uniforms from worst to best. Now these rankings will be on each uniform as advertised, and this is just my humble opinion, so feel free to let me know in the comments why I'm right or wrong. Also, as one last note, I'll be incorporating the helmet and logo designs in this ranking as they complete the overall look of each uniform. Let's get started. Number 16 is the Arlington Renegades away uniforms. Starting with the fact that I'm not a big fan of the all-white uniform concept, this outfit gets the title of worst in the league for the added eyesore of that retro-style number font. For a league that's trying to be a bit more modern, this just looks a little too dated and kind of stolen from one of those neon store signs. It's just not a good look in my opinion. It also doesn't help that the logo as a part of the uniform, remember, is a significant step down from the 2020 version, and I can't really find anything about this uniform that I like. Number 15 goes to the Orlando Guardians home uniforms. So if you're going to have 2 shades of the same color on a jersey, you have to be really careful that it doesn't end up looking too cartoon-like. For me, this uniform crosses that line far too easily. I would have preferred less of the bright green, using it as a trim and kind of using it sparingly, and maybe feature a little bit more gray. As it stands, the design just doesn't hit the mark for me. Also, I would have preferred a more oversized logo on the helmet to help that modern feel. Number 14 in the rankings go to the Seattle Sea Dragons away uniforms. So it's odd to say this just for our third lowest uniform on the list, but I actually think the uniforms become passable starting right here. The orange helmet and the pants work really well with the white jersey, and now is a good time to say that the new helmet for Seattle is much improved from the version in 2020. However, there is a glaring issue with this uniform, and it's the fact that there is not a trace of orange on the jersey itself. It simply looks like the jersey belongs to a different team, throwing the overall look just a little bit off. Any kind of orange trim would have made this one of the best uniforms in the entire league. Instead, as it is, for me at least, it's ranked near the bottom. Number 13 is shocking, I know, but it goes to the San Antonio Brahmas away uniforms. Now let me start by saying that this is a sharp-looking uniform. It's a little edgy, symmetrical, great contrasting colors, one of the best helmets in the league, and just a great overall look. If it were a home uniform, or at least an alternate home uniform, I'm not saying that a team's away jersey must be white, but just using the secondary color, which is far from white, just doesn't fit the assignment for being an away uniform. And for that reason alone, the outfit lands at number 13 on my list. On to number 12, which belongs to the Vegas Vipers away uniforms. I do think this is a decent uniform. It's clean, and the red trim is subtle, but enough to complete the uniform as a whole. The only thing about this outfit is something I've already mentioned, which is there's just too much white. So let me explain this conviction. As an away team, I've always thought that the team should carry as much of the team's color as possible while still being a genuine away uniform. I may change my mind when I see these outfits on the field, but as it stands, they stay at number 12 based on my first impressions. At number 11, we find the Orlando Guardians home uniforms. Now, I could interchange this outfit with number 12 on the list, depending on when you ask, but at least here there's a little more team color due to the gray pants. Unlike the away version for the Guardians, the subtle bright green trim is much more successful. It may help even more if the team chooses to pair this jersey with the dark green pants for the home uniform. But this ranking is based on the uniform as it is presented, so number 11 it is. Number 10 goes to the Arlington Renegades home uniform. And while I don't like the retro number font in the logo, like I stated before, the sky blue and black color combination saves this uniform. I do hope that the team introduces some black pants as an alternate down the road, but this is a fine start for the Renegades when they play in front of a home crowd. I just would have shifted that red trim from the number to something around the shoulder, but still a solid uniform nonetheless. Number 9 is where I place the Seattle Sea Dragons home uniform. Now, this is a weird one for me because the only thing I don't love about this uniform is the white pants. But I'm not really sure what else I would have done. My first thought maybe is to just use the orange pants from the away uniforms, but it could be too loud. I just have to see it. And maybe we'll all see it sometime this season. That would be nice, just to lay our eyes on it. Another option is maybe some dark green pants or the green pants that matches the logo on the helmet, but those colors may just clash a little too much. I'm not sure. Number 8 goes to the DC Defenders home uniforms. I personally like a simple and clean uniform when using bright colors like the red for the Defenders here. Also, the accent on the numbers are much more successful than both Renegades uniforms. I'm not sure if I love the white helmet on top of all of the red in the uniform, but I actually do love the new logo. Overall, this is a clean, sharp uniform, and I think it will look good in actual gameplay. Now, number 7 will be another surprise for many, going to the San Antonio Brahmas home uniforms. And to be honest, the differences are really small from here on out in the rankings. This is a great looking uniform. The all green with the right amount of yellow accent, and again, those helmets might be the best in the whole XFL. So, why doesn't this uniform compete for the number 1 spot? Well, to me, the yellow stripes on the shoulder pads are just a little too simple. It's a small change, but I would have done something with sharper lines to better match the logo. This would have made it a perfect uniform. Instead, it's just a great uniform, landing it at number 7. Number 6 is my spot for the Houston Roughnecks home uniforms. I like the attempt at doing something a little different with the white on the shoulders, but for some reason I can't just place why it doesn't look just right. Everything else about the uniform is great. I'll say more in a moment at another spot in the list, but it's just a shade below amazing. What is amazing about this outfit is the numbers outlined in white and with oil spackled fade from red to navy blue. This overall color palette is why the uniform is in the top half of the rankings. Now to the top 5, starting with the DC Defenders away uniform. Unlike the home version, the white helmet is a beautiful match for the white jersey. And when you add the bright red pants, it's an overall look that will shine on the field. At a closer look, I'm not sure how I feel completely about the gray camo on the helmet and shoulders. It may pass as an amazing special outfit for military appreciation, but I'd prefer a more clean look for the default uniform. However, this camo is not likely to be seen during most of the game action because it is subtle enough, so it's a great uniform for sure. Number 4 goes to the St. Louis Battlehawks away uniform. Unlike the yellow travel jerseys for the Brahmas, this gray for the Battlehawks is close enough to white that it fits the bill as an away jersey. Furthermore, the gray is also the military shade found on actual fighter jets, and that's just really cool in my book. This may compete for number 1 if they just try the blue pants, but the all grays are still an amazing look. While the new helmets aren't as good as the 2020 version, it actually works for this outfit, giving it a complete look from head to toe. Number 3 goes to the Houston Roughnecks away uniform. Now, this won't make much sense, but what I didn't think worked for the home version of this jersey works perfectly for the away jersey. That is the navy blue color on the shoulders. Maybe it's because the reverse pattern matches the helmet better. I'm not sure, but this overall look is quite amazing to me. Also, that same red to blue oil fade on the numbers works even better on the white jersey. The only thing about this jersey, along with the home jersey, is that left side of the helmet. I'm not really sure how this works in the overall look. I see they were trying to go for something different, but it just doesn't look quite as good as the side with the logo. Number 2 is oh so close to being the top uniform in my rankings. The Vegas Vipers home uniforms really do serve as one of the best all-black uniforms I think I've ever seen on any football team. Now, black and red easily go together, but these uniforms strike a terrific balance. They could have easily used more red because of how well it matches black, but they elected to go with a more dark and menacing look, which works super well, not only for the logo, but for the look overall, given that it's the Vipers. The last positive is that light touch of gray outlining the numbers. It just works, and that's why this uniform is so high on the list. And finally, number 1 goes to the St. Louis Battlehawks home uniforms. First, I love the shade of blue used to dominate this outfit. Also, the military font shows up even better on the home jersey than the away. Yes, the old helmet is better, but that doesn't mean that these helmets aren't good. In fact, they're really pretty sharp, and most people would agree had they not seen the 2020 version. But we need to accept that it's not 2020 anymore, and this is the XFL of 2023. And this uniform checks all the boxes. I also want to see the gray pants get paired with this jersey, but as it is, I have selected this uniform as the best in the XFL. Now, there are some other notes that I could make, like wanting more consistency with the team names and cities on the uniforms, or how the designers only attempted to do color work around the shoulders and not down the side of the jerseys. But overall, I like the new jerseys for the XFL and look forward to seeing them during the season. But as always, you let me know what you think in the comments section below. Give me your rankings and compare them to my own. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and have a good one.